Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Tyler Horton. I am a physical therapist and a board certified neurological clinical specialist. I practice out of central New Jersey and I see a lot of clients with multiple sclerosis as well as other neurological conditions. Today what I wanted to do is put together a video to focus a little bit more on strengthening, and more so strengthening of the lower extremities. So commonly we see a lot of walking difficulties, a lot of difficulties getting up out of chairs in patients with multiple sclerosis. So I wanted to kind of just develop and show you a short routine that will work on some of those muscle groups that I commonly see affected and that tend to be a little bit weaker in some of my clients and some of my patients. All of these exercises will be performed from a standing position. You can do these exercises either with the support of a chair, holding onto the chair for your balance, or you can kind of, if you're feeling a little bit more comfortable on your feet, you can kind of trend away from it and try to maybe just have a chair nearby in case you need to tap it to regain your balance. If you have any pain or discomfort during any of these exercises, I highly recommend stopping them immediately and then consulting with the doctor or your own physical therapist that can kind of diagnose that and hopefully kind of set you on the right track. These are kind of just meant to be general exercises to really kind of help, again, some major muscle groups that I tend to see that are a little bit more affected in my clients with multiple sclerosis, that can affect their ability to walk properly or to get in and out of bed, get in and out of chairs, those sorts of things. All right, so with this exercise video, really I'm going to try to pair up some of these exercises together. So as one muscle group is working, another one is resting, and then we're going to kind of go back and forth and flip-flop between the two. Okay, so the first exercises that we're going to do are going to be heel raises that are going to be combined with mini squats, and I'll show you both of them and we'll kind of go through a few rounds. So a heel raise, I'm going to hold on to support, or this chair for support for the first round, is I'm just going to go straight up onto my toes, up and down. Heels are going to come off the ground, and what you're going to notice is that my knees are going to stay nice and straight as I do this exercise. So a common compensation sometimes is I'll have some people lean forward and then I'm not really using my ankle muscles that much. Or I'll sometimes see people bend their knees and the heels come up, but not necessarily using the ankles a lot. Next, we're going to do a mini squat, which again, with a little bit of support, will just look like a small little knee bend coming up and down. I like both of these exercises because they're good warm-up exercises. I'll coach you through them as we go through a few rounds, but we're just going to do a round of 10 with the heel raises and a round of 10 with the squats, and we're going to go back and forth a few times before our next exercise. So first thing we'll do is a round of 10 with the heel raises. I'll demonstrate with my hands on for this round. So we're going to go up and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nice and straight, 6, proud chest up tall, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, and you should really feel that right in the calf muscles. You should kind of feel like they're starting to warm up a little bit. We're going to pair that up with our squat. So feet are going to be flat. We're going to sit our butts back and then come on up. 1, 2, try to keep, again, your chest up high when you're doing this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right. And with that exercise, we're engaging our quads, we're engaging our glutes a little bit, our backside. All are going to be very good muscles to get warmed up, and especially those are muscles that will help you stand straight and also getting up out of chairs and out of bed and that sort of thing. All right, back to our heel raises. I'm just going to hold on with one hand this time, so I'm just going to go up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And back to the mini squats. So heels are going to stay down. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to press through my heels and come back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And then we're going to do one more round each. This time I'm going to let go completely, but I'm going to have my hand here just in case I need to kind of tap that for balance. So I'm going to go up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and back to the squats. So we can play around with this a little bit. You can go in a little bit deeper into that squat if you feel comfortable. Otherwise, again, these are just mini squats where we're just trying to warm our legs up a little bit. So we're going to go down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Okay, so we did our first round. Next exercise that we want to do is we want to work the opposite side of the ankles. Very often, a lot of my patients will have what's called foot drop, where you tend to drag your foot a little bit because of the weakness in the ankle dorsiflexors, or the muscles that pull your toes up and allow them to kind of come through as you're stepping. So for almost all of my MS clients, I really recommend working on those ankle flexors. From here, we're going to be doing it from a standing position. So instead of doing that heel raise, now what we're going to do is a toe raise. And what I want you to focus on is making sure that you're keeping your body nice and straight. You're not just rocking your hips back to pull those toes up. So really, the range of motion shouldn't be very big, shouldn't be a huge amount that you should be able to get your toes up, but just enough to kind of get that lift off, and that's where really kind of where you need to be strong. So don't feel like your toe needs to be a foot off the ground. All right, so I'm going to hold on to the chair for a little stability. I'm going to keep my body nice and straight, and I'm just going to pick my toes up, keeping my body straight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and make sure it's nice and controlled on the way down. 8, 9, and 10. Good. And the next exercise that we're going to do is start to work on some of those hip muscles a little bit. We're going to do a side kick. So again, holding onto the chair for a little stability. I'm going to turn face this way a little bit more. And we'll start with the right side. We're going to kick that leg off to the side. 1, 2, 3. When you're doing this, you want to make sure that those toes are pointing forward. Again, you're keeping that posture nice and upright. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we'll switch to the other side. Make sure you're not leaning your body over. Make sure you're not rotating your hips at all. We're going to go out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right. Back to those toe raises. I'm going to hold on with one hand now. I'm going to pick those toes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And then we'll switch over to those kicks. So kicking out to the side, body's nice and straight. As we're doing these, we should really feel these muscles right on the sides of our hips activating. So we're going over to the right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then other side, you can again use one hand, use very light finger touch, whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, one more round. We're going to do the toe raises. So again, pulling those toes up as high as you can without letting your whole body rock back like that. So up on those toes at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. One more round of those side kicks now. Again, keep that posture up nice and tall. And we're going to go off with the right side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And we'll do the other side. Kick out to the side. 1, 2, nice tall posture. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right. So we're going to keep adding in a little bit of difficulty when it comes to getting those ankles strong. Really, ankle stability and ankle strength is huge when it comes to maintaining your balance, and it really is something that I really try to focus on with my patients with balance issues. So instead of those toe raises, now what we're going to do is we're going to march on our toes. We're going to stay in one spot, and what I want you to do is march back and forth, keeping your heels up in the air, and we're going to march with support or with our hands kind of hovering above our support, and we're going to try to go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We're going to follow that up with some leg kicks backwards now. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure, again, we keep that posture up nice and tall. Now instead of kicking our leg out to the side, we're going to kick it straight back. This is not, again, it doesn't have to be a big range of motion. Really what we want to feel is the kind of is our glutes start to engage as we're kicking our heel back. Try to keep that leg straight as best you can. So let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Back to that toe walking. Again, with support, or if you don't need the support, we'll try to do it without. I'm going to go up on my toes. Heels are going to go up in the air. And I'm going to walk for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. When you're doing that, really try to make sure that you're up on your tippy toes as high as you can get. The harder you work, the more you're going to get out of it. Next, we'll go back to those backwards kicks. We'll go back with the right foot first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And the other side. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're not twisting your hips. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, one more round of the marching on your toes. Hands on here if you want, 2 hands if you need. We're gonna go up on those toes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And for some of my clients that are a little bit more stable, that are a little bit more advanced, what I tend to recommend is if they have a nice little hallway that they can walk down, they can practice that. Not necessarily just going in place, but kind of walking on their toes down a hallway. Same thing can go with the next round of exercises that we're going to do that are going to include those heel walking instead of toe walking. So we'll tease into that. But anyways, let's go back to our kicks for the last round. 1, 2, 3, straight back. 4, 5, 6, nice and tall. 8, 9, 10. And then the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, so now we'll get into the heel walking. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of going up on those toes, I'm gonna get on my heels, I'm gonna pull my toes up high, and I'm just gonna march in place for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Again, I'm trying to pull my toes up and not let my hips rock back and just march like this. This isn't really doing what I want it to do. And then next, what we're going to add in addition to those is a knee bend. So we're going to work on our hamstring muscles a little bit. So what you're going to do is, let's start with the right side. I'm going to pull my heel towards my butt. I'm going to make sure that my knee points down to the floor the entire time, instead of kind of bending it up like that. So again, so the heel comes to my butt, knee points down. 2, 3, and you're going to feel this muscle right back here engage. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Back to the heel walking. Pull those toes up high, and we're going to go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to the butt kicks. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, nice and tall. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, for a good challenge, we're going to try to let go with everything. Again, if you need a little stability, hold on to that chair, table, counter, whatever you have next to you. We're going to pull those toes up and march for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And then one more round with those heel raises. We're going to come up, bring that heel back up towards your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you can only get to here, that's fine. Do whatever you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, legs should be nice and warm. 2 more exercises to go. These last 2 will be a little bit more challenging now that our legs are nice and warmed up. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pair a sit to stand exercise with some marching. So last but not least, we're in our home stretch. We're going to work on sit to stands, very functional exercise. I work on this with a lot of my clients. A standard chair is a good surface to practice from, but sometimes a chair can be a little bit low. It might be hard to do without using your hands for support. In that case, I recommend my clients will either sit at the edge of the bed or at the edge of the couch, sitting on like the armrest of the couch. Anything that you can kind of get up, and preferably without using your hands. If you have nothing else available, then it's okay to kind of stand up using those hands. You're still going to get those muscles working to a degree. But I'd really like, when I'm working with patients in my clinic and when they're at home, I really try to have them use really just their leg muscles to stand up with. So we're going to do just a round of 5 of these, and then we'll go to our marching. So I'm going to try to do, I'm going to demonstrate without the use of my hands to push myself up with. So I'm going to go up and 1 and down, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we're going to pair that with marching. And what I want to try to do with the marching is we're going to try to bring our knees up a little bit higher and bring them up to our hands if we can. If you need to hold on for a little support, then just try to bring it to one hand, but I'm going to demonstrate with two and then with one. So we're going to do 10 marches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And then we're going to go back to the chair. And that's for round one. All right, next round, we're going to do 5 sit to stands. Again, try to do it without, or if you need help with just one hand, that's better than grabbing on with 2. So we'll try to do it with 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. And then we're going to go right back to the marching. I'm going to demonstrate with one hand now. Move this off to the side. So I'm going to hold on with one hand and then use my hand for a target. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. We'll go back to our sit to stand. Again, we'll go no hands. Hands out in front helps me to get my weight forward onto my feet a little bit better. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And lastly, we'll go back to our marches. Some of my clients have some weakness in their hips, and if you can't get your knee all the way up to hip level, that's okay. We're just really trying to get those muscles in the front of our hips activated, which is really going to help us to progress our leg through as we're taking a step. So last but not least, hands out. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Now, we've got our chair. Have a seat, take a little rest, and that's it for today. So if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. All my contact information is either available through my website or for the MS Hope for a Cure Big October website as well. I look forward to hearing from you and any feedback that you might have with regards to some of these exercises, which was easy, which was hard. I love kind of as much interaction as I can get with you guys, the better. So I hope you guys enjoyed today. Hopefully you got your legs warmed up a little bit and got a little dose of some things that you might be able to practice at home on your own. Thanks so much for joining me, and good luck with the rest of the Wellness Challenge.